The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
On the phone is Big Tone. How are you, Tone?
I'm going to show you my tips.
Okay, what do you got then, Tone?
Well, today's tip is, if you're using your mobile while driving a vehicle, put it inside a big seashell, and that way the police will think that you're listening to the sea.
What can I do for you, Mark?
Right, do you know about this new law that's come out? I've just been pulled up off the police for speeding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing 37 in a 30 zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just asked me for my phone. It's confiscated my phone, mate.
What, hang on a second.
Car's pulled up, coppers have pulled me up. I took the phone off me.
Took your phone off you? What's that all about?
Took my phone off me because they're going to measure up my speed off my phone.
They do what?
Yeah.
They measure your speed off your phone?
They're watching you. You've got cameras checking your edge everywhere you go. You can't do anything these days.
So are you telling me they take your phone off you?
Take your phone off you.
And the phone has registered your...
law now.
Yeah.
Your phone has GPS. What they do is you can get your phone, they put it in this box, yeah?
Yeah.
And the phone then tells you how fast you're going.
No!
Yeah.
So your own phone dobs you in?
Your phone's a grass, mate. It's a snitch. It's a snitch.
And you've seriously been given a speeding ticket that way because they're taking your phone off you?
Yep.
So anyone's got a phone on in the car right now, if they're speeding, if the cops pull you over, they can take the phone off you and find out what speed you were doing?
Yep.
They shouldn't be allowed to do that. That's not on.
What I'm worried about, mate, is if they start, looking for him with pictures.
And you could be in trouble. Hey, Mark, thank you very much.
All right, mate.
Cheers.
See you in a bit.
See ya. That's a frightening new trend in policing, that they are legally allowed to take your phone off you and then check the GPS on your phone to find out what speed you were doing and can issue you a ticket based on that. Anyone else had this experience? Give me a call. 0330 380 3333.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
It's usually that time of the morning where I start scrolling through Game of Thrones theories, because we're less than a week away now from the new series. But I've just clicked on this story here because it had a picture of Alfie Allen, who's an actor in Game of Thrones.
Right.
And the story is just completely different to what I expected.
What's the story?
This is a genuine headline. Alfie Allen got his penis caught in his zip when he met Princess Diana.
How old was he?
So this is true. We'll get onto that in a sec. But in case you don't know, Alfie Allen, he plays Theon Greyjoy, a.k.a. Reek, in Game of Thrones. Also the brother of Lily Allen, who is the reason, and has to take the blame for revealing this, because apparently she revealed it in her memoirs. Gutted. We've all got embarrassing siblings, but can you imagine your siblings showing you up like that? So what happened is he was only just 5 years old at the time, and he was at the premiere of one of his his mum's film, because his mum's Alison Owen. Do you know who that is?
No, I know who his dad is. His dad is Fat Les.
Yeah. Well, his mum's did films as well, apparently. She had a film out called Hear My Song, which Princess Diana attended the premiere to. And Alfie, who was only 5 years old at the time, got it stuck in his zip just moments before meeting Princess Diana. Obviously, starts crying, the little lad. He's absolutely distraught, bless him. I mean, that's a totally normal response, by the way. Any of us would do that. But then Princess Diana actually went up to him and asked him about it. She's like, are you okay? What's wrong? And she just saw this little crying boy, like, expecting him to say, oh, I've lost me mummy, or I've lost me blanket, I've lost me teddy, something like that. And he just looked straight up at her and he went, got me willy caught in me zip.
What a coincidence, because if the rumours are true, the amount of people that got one caught in Princess Diana...
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
How are you, Andy? What can I do for you?
I've just seen a guy about the box that they've got. The other guy was talking about before with the mobile phone grassing on you.
Oh yeah, it was Mark. He called up. He said the police pulled him over, took his phone off him, plugged it into some weird box, and then gave him a speeding ticket. The phone
out of order.
Phones record the speed you're doing when you're driving along, and police are now issuing tickets based on information from your own mobile phones. Yeah, what about it?
I've had absolutely the same, yeah.
Really?
I was on Washway Road.
Yeah.
I was on Washway Road the other week heading towards Altrincham.
Yeah.
They pulled us over and they pulled me straight in, took my mobile off me.
Yeah.
Wanted to check it.
Yeah.
They put it into this box and phone's grassed on it. 36 in a 30.
Wow, and did you get a fine for that?
36?
Yes. And I've got to do a speed awareness course this week.
Joking.
Jeez, this is out of... Well, they can't be doing this. It's taking your phone off you. And then... All right, Andy, thank you very much for sharing.
Thanks very much, mate.
Kanye West.
Okay.
He's a religious man. He's starting his own church.
He's Kanye West. If Kanye West is starting his own church, then why do I feel like Kanye West is the prophet of that church?
I think using the prophet in every sense of the word, Kanye West launching his own church to tackle debt. Because if there's one thing God likes, it's money.
So what is he doing then? Is it like a church for poor people?
No. People like it celebs. They join his church and they show up. He has these meetings every now and again where he has a gospel choir and they sing some hymns and some of Kanye West's hits.
No, right, hang on, wait, let's stop this here a minute. They sing Kanye West songs at the Kanye West church?
Yes, they do.
Right.
He's got 50,000 members.
Right.
In the church. But it's a genius move because churches get major tax breaks. Because they're classed as charities, you see.
Are you suggesting that there's some dodgy stuff going on here?
No. I'm saying he's a genius. And I can't believe we didn't think of it. We should have formed a church. We should have, instead of a radio station, we should have been a church. And we could charge people money for salvation. And you don't have to prove any of it. And they don't believe you. You've got to say, you've got to have faith. It's a great business. Religion is a brilliant business to be in because you don't actually have to provide anything or prove anything, and you can take money off them, and you can go, great, you'll be healed. Can you guarantee that? No, the Lord works in mysterious ways. So there's no guarantees. It's fantastic.
Right.
The lesson for us all here is that we need to form a church. I mean, you've got debts, I've got debts. We can clear them by forming a church, Gaz.
Okay, let's do it.
I will be the Reverend Graham Mack of the Church of the Immaculate Reception. Put your hand on the radio and feel the power. God, say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Bless you, my child. See, do you feel the spirit inside you? Do you feel it already?
I do.
I'm saving your soul. I'm saving my soul. I'm saving our souls. Fix. Well, I guess it would be nice. Greater Manchester Police are confiscating mobile phones off drivers and then plugging the phones into some kind of gizmo and working out how fast they were going and issuing speeding tickets. You're not happy about this, Kev?
It's not right, is it, that? If they've got the time to be doing that, then they've got too much time on their hands, haven't they?
You think? Well, they should be out catching proper criminals.
Yeah. How many stabbings are getting done every week? Why are they not out sorting out?
Well,
that's outrageous. It's invading your privacy, isn't it? What are we going to do with all the speed cameras then? Take them down?
Well, we clearly don't need them. And didn't somebody work that out like years ago before we, closed the M6 or messed about with the M6 for 3 years building a giant speed trap when they could have just caught you this way?
Yeah, exactly. What a big waste of money that is.
Yeah.
There are some people that are for it. Like, I was in Alty at Travis Perkins yesterday, and there was a fella in there saying that it's great, and it'll stop people speeding, and it'll save lives.
No, I'm not having that, guys. I can't. No chance. What about people that driving's part of the job and they've got to have their phones on and, for sat nav and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Could this be as big a deal as the poll tax, you reckon? We could have protests against this.
It's not right, is it? It needs to be stopped.
Needs to be stopped.
Definitely.
All right, Kev, thanks for your call this morning. It's obviously something that's touched a nerve here with Manchester. If you've got a view on this, or if you've been pulled over by police and they've taken your phone off, you put it in a gizmo, and they've worked out what speed you were doing, and you've been issued with a fine, like lots of people who've called up this morning have said has happened to them, I'd just like to know just how prevalent this is, because this looks like it's a bit of a gold mine for the government. Looks like they found another way to gouge us. What are your thoughts on this? 0330 380 3333.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Council elections. Thursday, Gaz.
This always happens where there's some sort of election happening that I don't fully understand. When is it? Thursday?
Thursday, yeah. Local council elections, yeah. And away we go again, even though democracy doesn't work. And here's why. You see, experts on any topic are usually in the minority. Most people are not scientists, economists, or engineers. Politics is a numbers game. Politicians are experts on politics, but not much else. So when politicians make policy, they should really ask experts on individual topics and go with what they say. The problem is, experts make up a tiny fraction of the electorate. And you need those numbers. Big numbers get you in. Politicians are greedy for power and will stop at nothing to get it. So instead, they make policy based on the perceptions of the majority of voters. In other words, politicians care the most about the people who know the least. And politicians love it when an electorate has an irrational fear, because they can stoke that fear and then offer solutions to a problem that usually doesn't even exist. It's an irrational fear, it's imagined. Immigration, the fear of other religions, a loss of national identity and scarcity, they're the phobias that got Hitler and Trump elected and sent Britain towards Brexit. On top of that, older people are way more likely to turn out on polling day, and they make up 18% of the British electorate. When I asked for my voting slip in the church hall where I vote, I was surrounded by so many old people I half expected to be given a bingo card. We're constantly told democracy is best, and people have fought and died to protect it. But it's a system where power-hungry megalomaniacs are rewarded for getting the largest group of misinformed, ignorant and sometimes prejudiced people, who may not even be alive in 5 years' time, to put a tick in a box next to their name. There must be a better way. The problem is, if someone came up with a new system, who'd vote for him?
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
A lot of people not happy about this. Andy's at the Hot Potato, the food van outside the Screwfix in Salford. What do you reckon, Andy?
It's totally wrong, because who at the time had that phone, though?
Exactly.
You know, who actually had that phone? So that's a load of B-O-double-L, as you say.
But if they've just pulled them over, they can see what speed they were doing just before they pulled them over. Because they know then the phone was in that car.
Yeah, they'll be there and then, yeah. But, I mean, they can't just look at your phone and say you were speeding yesterday or...
Well, they are. They're going back, though. They are going back over periods of time, yeah. Yeah.
Do you not think it's a bit of an invasion of privacy, Andy?
It is a bit, yeah. Yeah, it is a bit, mate. Totally. It's bad enough, this state, as it is. You know, they want to know the ins and outs of a duck's swan, you know what I mean? Don't agree with that at all.
So what do you think we should do then?
Have a protest about it, you know.
A protest?
It's ridiculous driving laws nowadays. Yeah.
You don't think, though, this could keep us safe? In one way, it catches more speeding drivers, and another way, it encourages you to not have your phone switched on in the car.
Yeah, well, no, but they'll probably be able to track it by GRP anyway, can't they? They'll know even if it's switched off.
I don't know about that. I'm just guessing if it's switched off, it's not going to register it. All right.
Nah.
And have you had many people come in the cafe and talk about that? Because apparently everyone in Manchester's talking about this and how bad it is.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I'll put Scott on.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Scott. Hey up.
Hello, Scott.
Is that Scott?
Graham, Mack and Gaz, how you going?
Yeah, how you doing, pal? You all right?
Yeah, we're on about this thing that everyone's talking about how the police are pulling people over, taking their phone off them, plugging their mobile phone into a gizmo that tells them whether they were speeding, and they're issuing speeding tickets based on what the phone says. Now, round your way, what are people saying about this?
Yeah, it's happening quite often. I mean, I work a lot with truck drivers, and they're actually saying that a couple of them have been pulled, and they're doing tests on their phone.
Yeah.
And obviously with a truck they can do it through the tacho anyway.
Yeah.
To regulate it, but it's conflicting stories on it as well.
How do you mean conflicting stories?
Well, they're saying what they've got on their tacho because trucks are limited to like 56 mile an hour.
Yeah.
But obviously they're cruising down there where you can go a bit faster than that.
Yeah.
And they're picking it up on their phones.
Is that right? And they're picking them up that way. And so truck drivers are outraged by this as well.
Oh, definitely, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, well, thank you very much, Scott.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Cheers. It seems like this is a real issue now. I'd like to know what you think about this and whether this has happened to you yet. Take That are back on the road.
Right.
Played Manchester Arena last night.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Oh, they didn't know Take That. We're doing that.
Yes.
Manchester Arena. I didn't think they were that big a deal anymore.
They're celebrating 30 years of music.
Okay, music in inverted commas.
Yes. Thing is, though, there's only 3 of them.
Yeah, well, obviously Robbie's not there, is he?
Oh no, he's far too successful to be going on the road and stomping out 30-year-old tunes, isn't he?
Exactly. Well, I mean, yeah. And who's the other one that left? Did Howard leave or something?
No, I think Howard Donald, Gary Barlow, and Mark Owen. So there's 2 missing. Who's the other 2? One's Robbie Williams. Who's the other one? You know, if you have Mark Owen, Gary Barlow, and Howard Donald. Who's the other one that's missing?
Who's the other one?
Exactly. Well, if you have to ask, there was 5 of them, wasn't there?
Hang on, I'm going to have to tell you. Someone will be telling us. Oh, Jason Orange.
Jason Orange is not with them.
That's it. Jason Orange, of course it is.
So I don't know what he's doing. Why didn't they just call the tour, has anyone done a head count?
No one left.
What makes me wonder, though, if they can go on tour and do all the Take That songs with 3 of them.
Yeah.
Why did they need 5 of them?
Oh,
Clearly 2 of them at least were hangers on. I wouldn't be surprised if the next tour's only got 2 of them and it's still fine.
Mate, all of the things that boy bands and girl bands do could be done by just one of them, though.
By one of them?
That is, totally, dead easily. Just get the most talented one out of any boy band or girl band, and it would have worked. Hence why they all go on to have great solo careers after it. Right. Justin Timberlake and NSYNC. You know, that's an example there. There's loads of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, you can't. I'm sure the fans are just as excited to see Take That now as they were back in Take That's heyday. Because they're selling out the concerts. They've got a few nights at Manchester Arena.
Well, yeah, that's why they had the boy bands and girl bands have so many members. It's more of a marketable thing.
Oh, I see. Right, you have your favourites. I think that's what it is. And it's all, I think, everyone has their favourite, and also very sexualised, aren't they? So, you know, everyone can pick one that they fancy. And if you don't fancy that one, you'll probably fancy that one. Right. Etc., etc. Right. Well, the lads themselves haven't really changed that much. I'd say Gary Barlow's even lost a bit of weight.
I mean, yeah, he's been spending a lot of his time on holiday, though, hasn't he? In various different tax havens across the world, no doubt.
The fans have changed a bit, though. They're the same fans, but they've aged. I mean, 30 years is a long time. 30 years, a long time for a lot of these ladies. In fact, now, if they start throwing their knickers on stage, the lads in Take That might think they're being attacked by paratroopers.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
On the phone, Liam Watkins, Chief Constable of Greater Manchester Police. Chief Constable, what's this all about?
We have started taking speeding very seriously, and we have introduced a new technological advancement where we can seize people's phones that we consider have been speeding, plug it into a mobile gizmo, and it tells us the speed that they've been doing and all the times that they have broke the speed limit.
Surely this is an infringement on people's privacy. Like, surely this isn't right.
Could not disagree more.
A lot of people who've called up this morning have been quite angry about this. What have you got to say to them?
My response to them is stick within the parameters. They're there for a reason.
But everybody speeds a little bit every now and then, and as long as it's not at a place where there's cameras or something, it's no one's any the wiser. It's not a big deal. People could be getting tickets when there's really nothing on the road or in the middle of the night or something. Exactly. Is that fair?
What an irresponsible comment. It's because of people like you that we have had to invest hard-earned cash that's allocated to us by the government into this technology. At the end of the day, regardless of whether this car's on the road, it is for your safety that the speed limits are in place.
I'm not condoning speeding. I'm just stating a fact that everybody speeds a little bit, a couple of miles over the speed limit every now and again. And
doesn't hurt anyone, does it, that?
Yeah.
A little bit.
And this is just a little bit heavy-handed from Greater Manchester Police.
At the end of the day, the laws are there, they're in place, and they're there for a reason. We will continue to use this technology. We will continue to prosecute people. Cars are now designed to keep within the speed limit. You have got a cruise control on there. There is no ifs and buts. There are no grey areas in this. Stick to the speed limit. Your colleague has just said everybody goes a couple miles an hour above the speed limit. Well, how about trying to go a couple of miles an hour below the speed limit?
Chief Constable of Greater Manchester Police, Liam Watkins, thanks for your time this morning. One more question. How do I get a ticket to the policeman's ball?
Greater Manchester Police don't have any balls.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Manchester Evening News is my Bible. And
for good reason as well.
Yeah,
There's some cracking stuff in there, isn't there? Just
brilliant. And there is a story here that has everything. The headline, Battle of the Banners. Bizarre dispute between one woman, her cat, and a builder's merchant.
This story, it just ticks all the boxes for us today. It's like a culture clash, a combination of different worlds that we love.
It is. Now, what the story is, there is a lady, her name's Wendy Snell, and she has a cat called Wilf.
Yes.
Now, she lives in an end terrace in Sale.
Yeah, which is right near the River Mersey as well.
Yeah. And kind of behind her house is a Travis Perkins. I think it's a new Travis Perkins.
It is new. It is new. And when they announced plans to set it up there were a few residents weren't happy about them setting a Travis Perkins up then at the time.
Right. Now, the entrance to the Travis Perkins goes down the side road at the end of her house. So Travis Perkins have put a sign pointing towards the street, but of course also pointing towards her house that says now open, mega trading open.
Yes.
Wendy Snell now reckons that her cat Wilf is depressed because of the sign. Not the builder's merchants. The sign.
Apparently the sign has gotten this cat so down and has startled it so much that Wendy has decided to take matters into her own hands, and she's made She's made a sign of her own, hasn't she?
A giant banner, really professionally made, actually. There's no way, she's not a homemade banner. It's not like a bed sheet.
Money on it.
She spent some money on it. There's a huge picture of Wilf.
With a little sad face.
Well, you've mentioned the compo face before, haven't you, in papers?
I mentioned people do this. They write and they do it to the MEN on purpose, and then you always see them on a front page, just underneath the headline with their arms folded, looking really cross. And what it is, I like to call it a compo face. Now, that's what they're after,
to be fair to the MEN, they have the picture of Wendy pulling the compo face.
Yeah, obviously.
But on this banner that she's hung under her windows that goes like almost the width of her house, there's a picture of Wilf with a cat compo face.
It's a kitty compo face.
It is. And the banner headline is, Travis Perkins depressed my cat.
You'd think it was made up.
No, this is a real story.
It was made up. This is a real story. Apparently, Wendy is so upset. Oh, sorry, no, Wendy's not upset. Wilf is
really upset, yeah.
That he can't hunt anymore. I don't know why he can't hunt anymore, but apparently the Travis Perkins is stopping him doing that.
Yeah.
It's not blocking the alley, by the way, but apparently it's stopping him hunting. That he's depressed, he's down, and he's just moping about the house.
Well, the bosses at Travis Perkins, to be fair to them, have said that they've worked with residents regarding their concerns about the site for years. But it seems it's not the site that's bothering it, it's the sign at the end of the alleyway that says that they're now open.
She's used the magic word as well in stories like this. She said, I was fuming when I saw the sign, and that's when I decided to order my own banner. Who on this earth comes to that conclusion? Who decides that after they see that banner and thinks, I'm going to get one of my own, and then decides to put a picture with a cat looking sad on it?
And starts the Battle of the Banners! The Battle of the Banners, Gaz! The thing ridiculous. Is, there's a picture of Wendy, and she looks normal. You've got this idea that the kind of person who would do this would be some crazy cat lady that wears, like, fluorescent clothing and 3 pairs of glasses at once and knitting needles in her hair. She's not like that at all. She looks just like normal.
I was picturing the crazy cat lady from The Simpsons, you know, the one who throws them outside the front door. That's what I was picturing. Wendy looks fine, normal.
Yeah, well, Wendy's fuming him. She's pulling a very good compo face, got the arms folded. But not as good as Will. Not as good as the one the cat's pulling, no. Not even close. So, Wendy is a business support manager. So she's not just some weird lady. She's like, a business support manager sounds like a very important job.
Right, I don't want to sound too offensive here, but when you hear a story like that, you do automatically think, it's probably a bored housewife.
No, she's a career lady by the looks, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. There's like I say, Wendy, hard-working woman. She just loves a cat. It's that simple.
But Wilf doesn't hunt anymore.
I know, he's not happy.
She said he used to be able to go straight out onto the River Mersey, but now he can't because of the sign.
I don't get how the sign's stopping that, really.
Cats are mad, though. I mean, one of our cats, Memphis, he's scared of ladders. If there's even ladders on the top of the truck, he drives him crazy.
7 years bad luck, isn't it?
Well, I don't know what's going on. But Travis Perkins have said, we want to be a good neighbour and have a long and well-established heritage in Elm Grove. That's the name of the street in Sale where this is going on. Where there's been a builder's merchants for more than 100 years. So maybe Travis Perkins have just taken over an existing site.
It is, because that's where there's a few places I know around there, Howarth Timber and all that. There's a few merchants around that area of Sale, so it's not like it's a new thing and all of a sudden there's all this noise that Wendy wasn't expecting. It's always been going on around there.
Yeah. Well, it's a big story. It's obviously big.
It's massive.
In Sale.
It's groundbreaking.
Manchester Evening News are covering it, and they've sent a proper reporter. They haven't sent. Who's that? Who's the other one that gets all this? Who got the smelly Tesco's and that?
Yeah.
They haven't sent
her. Her name?
I don't know, but the one they've sent is Charlotte Dobson. Do we know anything about her?
Charlotte Dobson. Let's have a look at her. I'm pretty sure that she's a big deal at the MEN.
Is she?
I don't think she's just. I don't think she's just like the intern.
Right.
So on her Twitter bio, it says, covering the NHS and breaking news for the MEN.
So they've sent one of their top journalists down to cover this, which shows you what a big story this is.
It's massive. It's an important story, mate. It's what people in Manchester want to know about right now, I think.
I think everybody wants to know. Gaz,
forget Brexit.
This has to be your mission today, should you decide to accept it. You have to go to Sale, you have to go to Elm Grove, and you have to interview Wilf the cat and find out what this is all about and how the sign prevents him from hunting and how his quality of life has been ruined by this sign from a reputable organisation, Travis Perkins, who've got no form in this area for stopping cats hunting, as far as I know.
No, they've not been known for offending cats too much, I don't think, Travis Perkins.
No. All right, so you'll get onto that then today? You reckon you'll get down there today?
I'm gonna try and get all bases covered today, mate. I'm going to try and talk to Travis Perkins. I'm going to try and talk to Wendy. And obviously, most importantly, I'm going to try and talk to Wilf.
Okay, join us tomorrow morning.
Cheer him up.
For Gaz Drinkwater, Pet Detective.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Oh, this story's made me feel a little bit ill this morning, mate. A mum has been slammed for organising what's being called a diabetes birthday party.
Why, is the food unhealthy?
Mate, it's the most unhealthy food you've ever seen, but the thing is, it's for a little girl's 7th birthday, and she put this big picture online, this woman, and was really proud of the spread she's put on, but honestly, it's a little bit excessive. I mean, each to their own, but 6 KFC buckets, 10 pizzas, 20 McDonald's cheeseburgers, and 20 cans of fizzy drinks, as well as loads of sweets and chocolate, and then she's put underneath it, my girl's 7th birthday, I know it's not a healthy diet, but hey ho. Right,
wow. Wow.
It's like, really?
And where's this?
It's in New Zealand.
Oh, it's not a good advert for New Zealand. You know, because I lived in New Zealand for 7 years.
Yeah.
Julie's a New Zealander. And New Zealand is a lovely place. Beautiful. And full of lovely people. But it does have its share of rednecks.
I mean, everywhere does, don't they?
Yeah. New Zealand does, though, you know. They,
I need examples. Why are New Zealand rednecks better than, rednecks we've got here or anywhere?
I know, but the thing, like, this is going to get me into a lot of trouble, and it always gets me into a lot of trouble because, like, you know how to heat our homes we use electricity or natural gas?
Yes.
In New Zealand, they use wood. They burn wood to... I mean, we used to burn coal. I can't even remember anyone that used to burn wood in this country, but they have wood fires. And they have firewood and they burn wood. I mean, I'm talking in the cities.
What's wrong with that, though? I don't understand what's wrong with burning wood.
It's just so primitive.
Well, yeah, but it's not. Do you not think it's
No, it's like in the Klondike. It's like, you know, it's
maybe a little bit old-fashioned.
All right, here's an example, right?
Okay.
Now, they call it Kiwi ingenuity, but I think it's just pure redneck.
Right,
at the end of your driveway in New Zealand, you have a mailbox, like in America. They don't have a letterbox in the door. The postman puts the mail in the mailbox.
It's on the street.
Yeah, it's on the street. But if you live down if there's houses at the end of like a pathway, they'll put the load of mailboxes all together at the end of the pathway onto the main road, and they're all in a line. And I ended up taking a picture of this one because it was unbelievable. The things they'd used as mailbox, because they improvise.
Do you reckon mailboxes are actually expensive as well then?
No.
No.
It's just a box, isn't it, with a slot in it? No. One of them was a beer crate.
Okay, I'll give you that. That is extraordinary.
I am not making this up. The one next to the beer crate in this row of letterboxes was a broken microwave oven.
Yeah, all right. You're really selling New Zealand to me here, mate.
So the diabetes party, yeah, I can see that how that might happen.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
the biggest story in Manchester right now.
The big news.
The story so far. Wendy has a cat. Wendy and Sale.
Yes.
The cat is called Wilf. She lives in an end terrace. What's the name of the street? Do we give the street away again?
I mean, we can do. The MEN said the name of the street.
Yeah.
Elm Grove.
Elm Grove. Okay, it's an end terrace, and then there's a driveway at the end of the end terrace that goes to a new Travis Perkins.
It's like the main entrance to this new Travis Perkins as well. It's literally where all the lorries are going in and out of.
Now, since the Travis Perkins opened, Wilf, the cat, has not been happy.
Nope.
And Wendy loves him. And she thinks it's because of the big sign that Travis Perkins have put at the end of this road, which faces her house. And there's also some like racking there where the Travis Perkins equipment, I think, is stored. I'm not sure exactly what it does, but it's not good.
Well, the new Travis Perkins site was stopping Wilf hunting, apparently, because he could no longer get to the River Mersey. And
Right.
I think that the sign outside, I think Wendy just thinks that's taking the mick a little bit, because it's like right outside her house, the sign.
So she puts up a banner outside her house, a huge banner in Travis Perkins corporate colours of green and yellow.
Totally normal response.
Yeah. And it says, Travis Perkins depressed my cat. With a picture of Wilf pulling a compo face.
It's a classic kitty compo face. I'd never seen a kitty compo face before today, before this story, and now we have one.
So the other day you went there.
Well, I thought I had to. I wanted to get to the bottom of the story and see how us at Fix Radio could actually help.
I think we should solve this problem because these are two sides having a dispute. This is a feud, really, isn't it?
War.
Yeah. And we need to mediate here and find the common ground and sort it out. And we are the show that saves the city. We need to sort this out.
We are also a radio station for tradesmen and builders.
Yes.
So, like, we're not here to have a go at Travis Perkins
Not
or
at all.
anything like that, or have a go at Wendy and Wilf.
No.
We're not here to do that. We're here to just, hopefully, sort out
Sort
this
it out.
dispute
We're a neutral
so everyone's
party.
happy.
We're a
We
neutral
think-
party, and the two of us love cats and love Travis Perkins. So we're coming at this with a positive attitude from both sides. We're not taking a side. We don't think there's an enemy here.
No, we think that builders and cats should be able to work and live in peace.
So what's the latest, Gaz?
So, the latest is, after I went round the other day to see Wilf and no one was in, I was pretty gutted about that.
Yeah.
And yesterday after the show, I was thinking, I can't stop thinking about Wilf. I can't stop thinking about this depressed kitty. I need to do something for him. So I decided that us at Fix Radio, we should do something. We should get together like a sort of cat treat hamper, if you will.
Make it, because if we cheer Wilf up, then Wendy's problems are over.
Exactly. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to see a smile on that cat's face. Can cats smile? I don't know. Don't matter. Anyway, so yesterday I went into Simply Aquatics, which is my my local pet store, to find out what I can get for Wilf to put that smile back on his face. Right, so I've come into Simply Aquatics. We're trying to help out Wilf. Did you hear this story, mate, about Wilf, the depressed cat?
Oh yeah. It's they built the builders merchants next to it.
Yeah, that's it.
It happens.
It happens, but it's upset the cat, and we're not happy about it. So we're thinking, what can we do to help Wilf out? And I thought, let's put together like a kitty hamper, bring it to Wilf, and maybe it'll put a bit of a smile on his face. That's exactly it. And remember, this is a depressed cat that we're talking here, mate. So
it's a shame for him.
Yeah, exactly. So if you've got any of the super strength,
territory's been invaded.
Exactly. Its territory's been invaded by builders, and it's war on the streets. So we're wondering, what can we put together for him that might cheer him up a bit?
Well, he's going to need some dreamies into that. He'll be able to crash through the plasterboard at the builders merchant, won't he? So a good couple of packets of dreamies, that'll cheer him up, some treats.
Right.
And then it's got to be the obligatory cat toy.
Yeah.
That he can roll around and.
Well, I mean, apparently he can't go hunting anymore, so it would make sense, wouldn't it, to get.
Yeah, the cat toy and some treats. Yeah.
Get a load of little mice scurrying about the house, and then he can go hunting in his own gaff.
Well, I wouldn't say live ones, but yeah, we've got some toy mice.
Oh, well, I did think that, actually. We're at Simply Aquatics. Can I not get some live mice like you give to the snakes?
Unfortunately not. No.
All right, okay, fair enough.
Not be very fair on the mice, would it?
No, I guess not. Yeah, I didn't think of it that way. Well, I'll do that. Have you got any catnip as well?
We have, we've got a spray that we can be sprayed, spray around his garden and whatnot, and around the house, absolutely,
Someone told me once that catnip's like cat LSD.
That's about right,
so if I give him that, he'll just be lay on the floor staring at his hands.
He'll have a good 10 minutes and then he will be sparked out,
Okay.
But positively relaxed and quite chilled.
Right, well, and happy.
And very happy indeed.
Happy is the main thing, right, let's get this together then and get Will some stuff. Yeah, so we got this big cat treat hamper together. I got a little sympathy card as well, with deepest sympathy. In the middle, put a big Fix Radio sticker. Put a big Fix Radio stickers all over the present. I went round to deliver it to Wilf, and they weren't in again.
So what did you do?
But I left it outside the front door.
Okay.
I thought, I'll just leave the little present outside the front door. Hopefully none of the other cats get to it.
Yes.
And when Wendy got home, she got it, and she sent me a message of thank you from Wilf. It's a picture of Wilf with his big happy face.
Right.
Next to all these Fix Radio toys that we've managed to sort out and some catnip.
Yes.
She's even sent a video, which includes a little video message from Wilf. And
really?
I mean, I'm going to play it off my phone here.
Okay.
See if you can hear it.
Okay.
It's coming.
I heard him.
There he is. That I believe means thank you.
Yes.
I'm no longer depressed. You've turned my life around in cat.
Right. So you do speak. You do have a smattering of cattish. Yes.
Well, I do. I mean, we've had Bobber for 6 months now, so I'm nearly fluent.
I only know one word that cats say. Memphis, our cat, he comes up to and he goes, "Meow," and "meow" means food. And I go,
"You want to figure that one out?"
Well, because he says whenever he wants food, he goes, "Meow," and I go, "You want some meow? Okay, let's give you some meow." So now I call it meow as well. So
I thought your theory was that meow is short for "let me out."
It is as well.
Yeah, let me out, let me out, meow, meow, meow.
The word meow has got lots of meanings.
But main thing here, mate, is we've cheered up Will.
This is brilliant.
He looks like he's happy.
Yes.
And I feel like we may have solved this dispute. We've still not heard from Travis Perkins here, their side of things. But
that's all right.
As long as Wilf's happy, then I think that they'll carry on doing what they're doing anyway.
Yeah, so we need to hear from Wendy, don't we? Because has this done it? Has the cat treats, has this fixed it? I mean, was it this easy?
Well, there's more to this.
Okay, what's the latest?
At 31 minutes past 7 this morning, I got a message from Wendy.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I admire Wendy for this, because fair play to her. You know, get what you can out of this. I do not blame her at all, but she's put this. If you do get chance to talk about Wilf on the radio this morning...
I think we might be able to squeeze it in.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Travis Perkins listens to your show or not. Wilf said... Yeah, that's right. Wilf said.
Yeah.
Wilf said this morning he would like some trees planting to hide the racking. It gives him some outside space again.
This is it. This is the answer. I said this the other day. There's always a way to sort something out with bribery. Isn't there?
Well, it's not only that, but I can actually see where she's coming from as well there, Wendy, because a few trees next door to her, because the yard is literally plonked next door to her house. A few trees there, I think Wilf would be very, very happy with that, actually.
Okay, so now all we need to do is talk to Travis Perkins.
Yes.
And ask them for the trees, and this is a happy ending, and once again, we are the show that saved the city.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we need to do now. Get in touch with Travis. I mean, Travis Perkins can surely spare a few trees. Surely they can sort that out for her.
Yeah, surely they can.
Press the cat. It's the least they could do. Come on, guys.
All right. Well, to be fair to Travis Perkins, who are probably listening, let's give them a chance. Let's wait till tomorrow. If we've heard nothing from them by tomorrow, then we'll ring them and ask them.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Travis Perkins, you got 24 hours. This is easily solvable, and we can have a happy cat. Fix.
It's made me feel queasy since I read this morning, and the more I think about it, the worse I feel.
Okay.
So this is all to do with a reality TV show in is it Croatia or Serbia? Serbia.
Okay.
Sorry, Serbia. Right. And it's basically Serbian Big Brother.
Right.
And there's this couple that are going into it. There's Milijana Bogdanovic and Miljoko Bozic. Now, they're a couple. They bragged before the TV show that they used to have sex every night, despite their 53-year age gap.
Okay, now maybe I'm psychic, but let me just throw this out there. I'm guessing the older one is the bloke.
You would be correct.
How old is the bloke?
Miljoko Bozic is 74 years old.
He's 74, and she's, what's the maths on that? 53 years younger.
She's 21.
She's 21. He's 74. Yeah. So clearly he's rich, isn't he? Obviously he's... Because this is how it works, okay? Women say that the thing they find most attractive in men is a sense of humour, which means all of those rich, fat, white blokes that have got cheeky babes are absolutely hilarious. That's what that means.
It's the only explanation.
The more rich you get, the funnier you are.
I don't know if you want to even hear about these quotes that they were coming out with before they went into the house.
What were they
saying?
Are
really cringeworthy.
What were they saying?
Miliana, she was saying this. Of course we have sex. Why wouldn't we? I'd love to get pregnant and give birth to a baby, hopefully.
No, she wouldn't.
If not during this show, then maybe after we leave the show. So they were planning to do it on the show. Like, this is why, like, it's a big deal. People are expecting
she was planning to get pregnant. I get that. Maybe not with him. Maybe with her personal trainer or the pool boy.
Or a tennis and yoga instructor.
Yeah.
So this is what she said as well before she went into the show. We plan to cuddle and love each other there as if we were at home. I really want to prove to people that this is a real thing between Miljoko and me and not a marketing trick like everybody says it is.
So they were saying they were at it every day and they're going to continue at it every day live on television. Well, that's how they got on the show.
Exactly.
And I'm guessing she pushed for this to get on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
And all right, let me make another prediction here. Not knowing anything about this story.
Okay.
His health isn't too good.
Miljoko, a father of 3 and grandfather of 2, underwent heart surgery in December.
There you go. So
but according to Miliana,
she's shacked up with this rich old guy who's on death's door. Because he's hilarious.
According to Miliana, this hasn't slowed her man down and the pair have sex most days without the need for Viagra nonsense.
Really?
Yeah, we do it every day. I don't see what's strange in that. But since he had his heart operation, I have to go easy on him.
All right.
That's enough of that.
She's saying he doesn't need Viagra for it to happen. I'm guessing she has to have plenty of chemicals for it to happen.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
We've got some Steve Brookstein news. Now, of all the celebrities that are listening to this show, because we've heard that there are quite a few. I don't know if it's because we're at Media City or what, but we've heard that there are quite a few celebrities who listen to this show for some reason. Even though we're for builders and tradespeople, there's something they like about it. I don't know what it is. They listen to it. There is one who hates our guts, isn't there?
Well, he called us idiots, didn't he? And
he called us effing idiots, didn't he?
Yeah. He called us
Twitter.
Effing idiots.
Effing
a couple
idiots.
Of weeks ago. Didn't even reply. But Steve Brookstein.
Yeah. Now, have you ever? He was. In case you don't know, Steve Brookstein was on. Was it X Factor or The Voice? It was X Factor, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure that he won. Did he win the first X Factor?
Or one of the early ones, anyway. And the answer to the question, whatever happened to Steve Brookstein, is nothing.
Nothing. Even on his Wikipedia page, which I'm surprised he even has, it describes him as having fleeting success in 2004.
Fleeting.
Yeah. Honestly, he's a no one who became someone and now is once again no one.
But that's the thing, that's the daft thing that's wrong with Steve Brookstein, is he's had fleeting success. You and I have had no success.
No.
Yet he decides to attack us. I mean, I can understand why people attack Piers Morgan, because he's a big shot, you know what I mean? So attacking him, there's something in that. You can take him down, you might get noticed. We're the only people that noticed that Steve Brookstein called us effing idiots. No one else knows that he said that, because we're not a big deal. You have to,
Literally,
if you want publicity. This is probably why Steve Brookstein is unknown, is because he's picking fights with the wrong people. If you want to get some publicity, pick fights with someone who is going to give you some publicity. We can't help you.
Well,
we're a radio station for tradesmen and builders.
But this is how he tries to get himself out there nowadays and make himself relevant again. He says controversial things on Twitter, not just the stuff with us. Not just the stuff with us. He puts like really mad stuff out there just because he knows that it'll wind people up. He is essentially just a professional troll. Also, not very good at it.
Yeah,
like,
no, he's not.
He's got 20,000 Twitter followers. Right. That's just a shambles for someone who won X Factor.
Haven't you got more than that?
I've got more than that.
And once again, let me just reiterate. And he's had fleeting success, and we are not successful by any measure. And you have more Twitter followers than him.
I'm just a skinny ginger idiot. That's all I am. And this guy won the X Factor.
Yeah, when you were about 14.
Yeah, honestly, 14. I was 9.
Right, okay,
ridiculous.
Yeah. So this is just to put it into perspective. Yeah, but he's been on Twitter again, and this time he's not having a go at us.
No, this is what he put. It's another just controversial thing to get attention. He put, Stephen Hawking said, sometimes facts are stranger than fiction. So true, and that's why Deep State put him in a wheelchair and operated his speech via an undisclosed location in Swindon. The black hole image is a hoax, and the Earth is flat. That's what he put on Twitter.
Wait. That's just wrong on so many levels. You can't attack Stephen Hawking because of his disability.
No, that's what he was... Well, he wasn't even doing that. He was claiming the disability wasn't real.
Right, okay. Like you'd fake that.
Yeah, he reckons Deep State put him in that wheelchair.
Okay, and then he went on to say that the black hole picture is fake.
Yeah, that black hole picture yesterday. You know that incredible image? I don't think we talked about it. That incredible image yesterday of that black hole. Yeah, he thinks that was hoax.
And he thinks the Earth is flat.
He thinks the Earth is flat, and he's even attached a helpful picture, which is good for people like me who could never imagine what a flat Earth would be like. It's actually a reimagining of what the Earth will be, what the Earth is like in Steve Brookstein's
his mind.
Head.
Yeah,
and it's got an edge and it's got an atmosphere going over the top of it. Kind of looks like a snow globe.
Okay. There is
just a reminder. This is the man who called us idiots.
He called us. He called us effing idiots. This is
the guy who called us
being
idiots.
Called an effing idiot by someone who clearly is an effing idiot. There's something to that.
I feel like we're on the right side.
Yes. The reason why he's wrong on the Earth is the Earth cannot be flat, because if it was flat and it had an edge and things could fall off the edge.
Yeah.
Cats would have pushed everything off the edge by now.
Yeah.
Hi, Travis Perkins, Martin speaking.
Hello, Martin. It's Graham, Mack and Gaz from Fix Radio. How are you?
Not bad, yourself?
Very good. We're the radio station for tradesmen and builders in Manchester.
I know, yeah.
I came in the other day.
Oh, you saw Gaz when he was in the other day?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Hey, we've got...
Funny guy with the red hair.
Funny guy with the red hair, that's how... that's Gaz.
That's what my mum calls me.
Right. Well, we've got some great news.
Brilliant. What have I won?
Well, you haven't won anything, Martin, but I think Travis Perkins are the big winners here. In fact, everyone's a winner here. You know the lady at the end of the street that's got the banner up because she thinks Travis Perkins depressed her cat? Yeah, that's her name, Wendy Snell. Yes, Wendy Snell.
Yeah.
She's been in touch with us because we're trying to sort this out. We don't like a feud. And we know that Travis Perkins, with us being a radio station for tradesmen and builders, they're part of the lifeblood of the city that keep this, that are getting the city built, aren't they? Getting everything done with the materials from Travis Perkins. And we don't, and we also love animals, and we don't want an unhappy cat. So we sent some cat treats round to Wendy yesterday, and they went down really well. A basket of like cat treats and toys and stuff went down brilliant. And we've asked her, is there anything we can do to end this feud? We want it to end. We want a happy ending. We are the show that saves the city. So she said that her major problem is the shelving, the racking that's at the end of the street there near the big sign.
Yeah.
That's her real problem. She said if Travis Perkins were to put some trees in front of them, in front of that racking, everything would be fine.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually, because we could grow the trees and then we could cut them down and sell the timber. So it could possibly work. So, yeah.
It's win-win.
It is win-win. So you will consider it?
Of course, yeah, we'll consider a lot of things.
Well, Martin, thanks for that. And now, can we ring back and find out whether this is actually going to happen? Because this is all it's going to take.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I can't see the racking coming down. But,
no, the racking can stay, but put trees in front of the racking.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm not sure if there's any room, but, I've got an old Christmas tree in the loft. I don't mind sticking that outside.
Can you improvise? See if that...
Yeah. We'll do something.
All right. Can we leave it with you then?
Leave it with us, yeah. No problem. I'll get onto it right now. No problem.
Fantastic. Martin...
Thanks, Martin. You've been ace.
Martin, thank you very much. All right, thanks a lot.
See you soon.
Cheers, ta-ra, bye.
Bye-bye.
So usually I hate stories like this, but this is a little bit different because this world's most expensive burger actually looks like it is worthy of being the world's most expensive burger.
How much is it?
Well, hold that back a second.
Okay.
Because I want to tell you what's in the burger first.
Okay.
I mean, have you seen the picture?
I've just Googled it and I'm looking at the picture now. Yeah, this is Tokyo, isn't it? I mean, this thing has got to be bigger than a pizza in diameter, hasn't it? It's got to be 12 to 15 inches in diameter, this thing.
Oh, totally, yeah. Totally. Area square, definitely bigger than a pizza.
Right.
It more looks like steak, really, than actual beef patty, but this is what it is. It
looks like doner kebab meat's been sliced into it.
It does, doesn't it? It looks like a doner burger. Oh, I'd love a doner burger, mate. So it's called the Golden Giant Burger.
The Golden Giant.
Tokyo's Roppongi district, if ever you fancy going to visit. It's at the Oak Door Steakhouse. It's made up of a 1 kilogram patty, Wagyu beef slices, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right, foie gras, which is a luxury paste made from duck of goose liver, shaved truffle, lettuce, cheddar cheese, tomatoes and onions. It's got a massive bun, 6 inches wide and 10 tall. And it's also dusted lightly with gold.
With gold? Which is not a food.
Yeah, that bit annoys me. The gold bit annoys me. But I don't even think that's added too much to the price, to be honest. I think it's just all the ingredients, and it is top quality ingredients. The price, it will set you back £700.
Okay.
No. But I don't think that... I mean, I would never spend that, because I can't afford £700 to spend on a burger. But... I think
nobody can they? I mean, no, but I wouldn't spend. I am not going to spend £700 on my next phone.
No, that's just because you're a tight sod.
I know, but like, I look at like the next. I wanted to get upgrade the iPhone, as I've been telling you, and I was going to get the iPhone XR or whatever. It's the cheapest iPhone. It's like £800, but I can get a really, really good Android phone for £250 or less than that, and that's the way I'm going to go. £700 on a burger.
Yeah, but it looks like it's kind of worth that. I mean, look, right. So say if someone was to say to me, "I'm going to show you a picture of a burger that's going for sale in a restaurant, £700." I'd imagine this tiny little thing at this fancy restaurant with loads of weird decorations around it. This just looks like it's £700 worth of proper meat and proper ingredients into this burger. It looks the business, mate.
I don't know.
I can't afford it, but it looks good.
I don't like the foie gras, whatever it's called.
Foie gras.
I don't like that because that is so cruel how they make that.
What?
Yeah, they get these geese and they tie them down, or they have them in boxes so they can't move, and they stick a tube down their throat and then overfeed them something or other until they're overfed, and then they rip out their livers, and that's how they make the paste. But they have no life at all. They're just tied or in a box, and they just put this tube down their throat and fill it up with... So that would put me off for a start.
Never have I gone from, like, so appetised by something to so disgusted so quickly. Is that how they do that?
That's how they get Fargo. Don't get me started. No, this isn't it, but don't get me started on veal. Oh, that's horrible as well, how they get that.
Well, it's a good thing it's horrible.
Yeah, no, stay away from this. No, I don't know. So they've got this giant burger, and they've got this Fargo, and they've got this, I don't know. If honestly, if you'd spend, it's a restaurant, is it?
Yeah. It's the it's a steakhouse in Tokyo.
It's a steakhouse, right? So you order the what's it called? The golden something. What's it?
It's called the Golden Giant Burger.
You order the Golden Giant, and they bring it over to you, and it comes with a paper hat that says knobhead. Now, you got to clear something up for me, Gaz, because you're a bloke with his finger on the pulse. You know what's going on.
Oh God, okay. Pressure's on now. Go on.
Well, Trev and Ben, who do Brew and Banter, as you know, from 10 o'clock.
Aye.
They're all excited because they've booked some guests next week. And they're stars of a Channel 4 TV show. And it's Lee and Dean. Have you seen this show?
The Builders.
They're two builders, yeah. And they're coming in, and they're all excited. And I've got some concerns.
I've never actually seen this program, by the way.
Well, I've not seen the show.
I've seen the adverts recently as well for it. But they're essentially like, it's a sketch show, aren't they? It's like isn't it like a mockumentary, The Office type thing?
They play the part of builders, and this is a builders radio station. And before I joined Fix Radio, they did, I think it was last Easter, they did a show. I mean, I used to listen to Fix, and they did a show over the weekend, and it was really quite funny.
Oh, right, okay.
So, they're good entertainment. You can't... Have you got any clips of them? Have you found any clips of Lee and Dean? Channel 4 show.
Dean, I've got this thing on Facebook here. Lee and Dean, World's Worst Builders. I'm guessing this will be
World's
like an
Worst
intro into
Builders.
who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here it is. It's on Channel 4, this, Lee and Dean.
Yeah.
You might have seen it advertised.
Right.
Dean. We run
Dean Lee Construction Solutions.
Yeah.
I'm a chippy by trade.
And I'm a spark, but we'll have a go at most.
Yeah.
So that's 500. Yeah, we've got a big reputation in the area, haven't we?
Yeah,
I think that says a lot.
Yeah.
Right, if you took a crowbar to that'll come off, and that's a concern for us. We want to take Dean Lee into the 20th century, get amongst all them designer punks, play them at their own game, do you know what I mean? So we can undercut them, can't we?
Oh, yeah.
Fits across sight on B.
If it's 3 and 3, Cambodian despot, second letter O. Gokwan. That's it.
Gokwan, nice one, mate.
Now that's actually quite funny, isn't it?
I think it looks quite good, yeah. Like I say, it's like The Office.
Yeah.
But for the building trade. It's good.
Here's my worry, and maybe someone can help me on the phones on 0330 380 3333. First of all, they're going to come in next week on Trev and Ben's show, and they're coming in character as Lee and Dean, as the characters they play.
Right.
And I usually have a problem with characters. I'd rather, like, for instance, who would you rather interview? Alan Partridge or Steve Coogan?
Well, I'd rather interview Steve Coogan.
Yeah, because
I think
he'd be
that
more
most
interesting.
people would rather listen to an interview with Alan Partridge.
You might be right there, but for the interview to work, you've got to be into it.
I mean, I suppose. But it's like Keith Lemon, though, isn't it? Like, Keith Lemon, he plays a character, and he always turns up doing interviews in character.
In character, yeah.
No one thinks anything of that.
You're right,
Everyone thinks that's all right.
You're right. Okay, so maybe I'm overthinking that one.
Also, maybe it is... Maybe it's less so them playing a character, because the lines have been blurred, haven't they, a little bit with that sort of thing? Because in this age of social media personalities and things like that, maybe they are less so playing a character and it's more an exaggerated version of themselves. So it sort of works and it doesn't seem disingenuous.
My worry is that they're sending up the building trade.
What, you mean you think they're making the building trade look bad? or look embarrassing.
If I think about when I worked on a site, so this is going to be an old reference. This is in the 80s when I worked at Marsden Point Oil Refinery. I was a pipe fitter, New Zealand.
When I was but a twinkle in my mother's eye.
There you go. The big show that we liked was Auf Wiedersehen, Pet.
Okay,
and the thing with
never heard of that, I'll be honest.
It was about a load of bricklayers who, in the original series, they went out to Germany because, you know, in the early 80s, late 70s, a lot of brickies did go and work in Germany for some reason. There's always ads in the papers for jobs in Germany. Anyway, so they worked as brickies in Germany. There were other series. They went to other places, but they went to Germany. They never once made out that they were bad brickies. In fact, my memory of it is that they were the greatest brickies in the northeast of England, which is where they came from. And any of the comedy came from the situations they were in. And, you know, Fish Out of Water, it was a load of Geordies in Germany. It wasn't about the work being rubbish. The work was always held up as they were very good at what they did. And the same way, if you go back even further to the boys from the Black Stuff, these guys were really good at putting tarmac down. And the comedy came, it was more of a drama, but anything that happened was to do with the situations they were in. So this show, I mean, they're even billing themselves as the world's worst builders.
Yeah, but that's what I think, you see. I think that they're not saying that all people in the trade are like this or all builders are like this. I don't think. I think they're just doing almost an impression of the worst people that you've seen on site. Because let's face it, you know, if you're on site, you've worked with someone in the past who has been absolutely useless, rubbish,
and you don't like those people. Those people
shouldn't be doing that job.
But those people get no respect. The people who get the respect are the people who are really good at a particular skill. You go, wow, you know, my dad was a plumber, and I remember having a conversation with another plumber, and they were talking about some old boy. He said, oh, you've never seen lead burning like this. And it was a real big deal that this guy was very good at his craft. And what worries me about Lee and Dean, and I might be wrong, and I'd love someone to help me out, is Lee and Dean are basically two middle-class actors who dress up as working class people and then take the mickey out of how working class people earn their living.
I feel like you're looking into it a little bit too much here, mate.
If for builders, this is the equivalent of blackface. I was in London yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, you know, with all this story of these environmental protesters.
Oh, yeah, what didn't they close one of the bridges?
Waterloo Bridge, I went there.
Oh, right, okay.
I went there.
Okay.
Now, as I walked up the steps, because I was down by the National Theatre, if you know the area on the South Bank, and then I have to walk up the steps to the bridge.
Right, I don't know it well, but...
The steps stunk of pee. Reeked of pee. Like a multi-storey car park.
Well, what are you suggesting here?
Well, I've since asked people who live around that way. Well, no, actually don't live around that. They work around that way. So did the steps up to Waterloo Bridge usually stink of pee? And they went, no. Since those ferals have been on the bridge.
Protesters.
Ferals.
Not feral.
Ferals.
Protesters.
Ferals.
Right, so let me get it straight. They're protesting climate change, right?
I'm all for... I don't think we should be pooing in our own nest. I also don't think we should be peeing on steps outdoors in London.
Is that what they're doing, though?
Yes, that's what they're doing. Apparently, the night before, they'd had a party, the police told me.
Oh, right. Well,
yes.
That kind of defeats the object of the protest, doesn't it?
Ferals.
That's a bit...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit...
Yeah. White people in Hessian with dreadlocks. Ferals.
White people in dreadlocks.
Ferals.
Can we make that illegal? Can we make that a new law?
Yeah. It's cultural appropriation. It's the equivalent of blackface.
Oh no, of course it is. Yeah, totally.
White people with dreadlocks.
Totally, but
anyway,
but it's the protesters, mate. There's nothing wrong with a peaceful protest, is there?
It was pee-ful protest.
Right, it's
not peaceful. It was pee-ful, full of pee. They peed on the streets of London. Peed.
It's better than when they're on the runways of the airports and stuff like that, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I'd rather have them peeing on a runway than somewhere I'm going to walk.
Yeah, I mean,
ferals.
If they're peeing in public, yeah, that's wrong.
They are.
That's out of order.
Ferals. There. And
you ask them about it, at least.
They'd infested this bridge. Anyway, well, I went up there first and had a bit of a look round. It's like you're in a bizarro world. First of all, there's loads of them doing... I thought it was Tai Chi, but I've since read in the paper this morning it was yoga.
Right, okay.
They had a yoga class on Waterloo Bridge.
That sounds, yeah, just about right, doesn't it?
But why? There's plenty of places to go and commit yoga. You don't have to do it on a public bridge that you've closed.
I was going to say, isn't that the point, though?
They closed a major... and just below the bridge, there's a whole pedestrian area outside the National Theatre where there's buskers and stuff. Have your protests down there. Don't be stopping the traffic.
Well, isn't that the point of a climate change protest, though? To stop the traffic so there's no cars on the road? I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying... Isn't that the point? Isn't that what they're trying to do? Stop cars, stop the emissions.
But you stop traffic in London, it means there's more traffic idling its engine and putting out polluting CO2. It's actually making the situation worse because the traffic can't flow.
That's actually a very good point.
So anyway, so I had a bit of a walk round, and there's tents and that they're living in these tents.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big stage. And there's music playing, there's musicians playing through a big PA system. And the PA, of course, driven by electricity. And the electricity being made by a generator. Running on petrol. Putting out fumes into the climate change protest. They could have at least had them all there riding bikes or something, stationary bikes generating the electricity. At least that would have been something. Anyway, so I had a chat with one of them. One of the ferals.
Did you ask him where the toilet was? You just point to the stairs.
I should have done, actually. But I wanted to get him on side. So I started out by saying, who are you? What's your name?
I'm Brendan.
What are you doing here, Brendan?
So I'm supporting Extinction Rebellion, and
What is that then?
So we're a protest group formed last year, and we're calling for the government to take climate change more seriously.
What do you want them to do?
We want them to acknowledge that climate change is a crisis and it's an emergency.
I think we all know that.
We all know that, but they're ignoring it.
Specifically, what do you want them to do?
So we want them to be carbon neutral by 2025.
And how would you do that?
There's a lot of scientists, very intelligent scientists, climate scientists and economists, huge amounts of people that have come up with methods to do this.
Okay, what are they?
There's starters, basically stop switching to sustainable energy sources.
I'm going to stop him there. He says, stop switching to sustainable energy sources.
Stop switching to sustainable energy sources.
He says, stop switching to sustainable energy sources. He got the message round completely the wrong way. So that was when I suggested a sustainable energy source. Do you think we should switch to nuclear?
It's a mix. Nuclear's got some issues, but there are other options such as wind and solar. And there's new technologies for storing the energy, which are different forms of batteries, which are less damaging than lithium and things like that.
Okay. Do you have an electric car?
No, I don't own a car.
You don't own a car?
No.
How do you get around?
I'm a student. I use public transport.
Okay.
Which is also another thing. We need more investment in public transport, which is a lot more efficient than...
Diesel buses are really polluting.
Yeah, we can use electric or other methods.
So you want the government to ban cars?
Yes.
Okay, and how does closing Waterloo Bridge today help all that?
So, it's basically making awareness and causing inconvenience because basically... What is it? So we want basically it's to make it known that we're worried about this and we care, and this is why. Sorry, but yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He's exactly got it together. He's not exactly got the message. Even he doesn't understand what they want. Okay, and how does closing Waterloo Bridge today help all that?
So, it's basically making awareness and causing inconvenience because basically, what is it? So we want basically it's to make it known that we're worried about this and we care, and this is why. Sorry, but yeah.
Thank you. What's tight about that? I asked him a fair question. Okay, you've said what you want. How does closing this bridge help us get there? And he's awareness.
He was doing well.
He wasn't doing well.
He was doing well up to that point, wasn't he?
But isn't that like your most obvious question?
Maybe that's when he started feeling stoned.
Yeah. Maybe he needed a pee. Oh, I don't know.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.
Big day today, Gaz. National Burrito Day.
Yeah, massive day, mate. National Burrito Day is a thing. We only found out about it yesterday, but we thought that would be the perfect opportunity for me to essentially go onto the streets of Manchester and try and blag a free burrito.
Now, as it is National Burrito Day and they are Mexican, we should play the Mexican national anthem just to give this a bit of
I don't think I've ever heard the Mexican national anthem.
Here it is.
Right. I'm not sure that this is the Mexican national anthem.
It's just a Mexican national
I don't think it is, but okay, let's go with it. I feel like I need to listen out for the bit that I need to stop and shout tequila.
Yeah, I think that's what they do. I think they salute at that point.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I was out in town yesterday trying to find the best burrito that Manchester has to offer. I actually put it on Twitter and I got loads of replies, so thank you very much if you did reply to this. A few people said bar burrito. A few people said Chilangos, which I think is brand new. I think that's the place in Northern Quarter, or that might be Chango's. But that was a new one. Someone said something left field in Wolf Food in Manchester. But the majority of the people suggested Pancho's, which is, of course, in the food market in the Arndale. So that's where I went. I went to Pancho's and I thought, let's ask them if they fancy coming on the show this morning and chatting to us on National Burrito Day. Because, I mean, that would make sense to get like a burrito chef on in the morning on the breakfast show to talk us through what makes the perfect burrito. So I went there, I asked them to come on the show and they said, oh yeah, we'll give you a call back in a bit. Yeah, they didn't call back. and I didn't even get a free burrito out of them, mate.
Oh, that's a fail, isn't it? Straight away.
Tell me about it.
It's just not good.
It was a massive fail. I had to pay $6.50 for this burrito, which, by the way, was blue. It was lovely. It was lovely.
$6.50's a lot though for what's basically a snack or lunch.
Yeah, but it comes like with like Doritos, funnily enough, to the side of it, and a drink and everything. So it's like a meal deal. It's not too bad. It's nice and they're quite big. You could have it for tea, really. It's not really a lunchtime snack. But so I had it. It was nice, but I paid for it, and I thought, well, I've got no one to get on the show tomorrow. And then I thought, well, why don't I just try the burrito place around the corner from mine? And that is a place called Burrito Picante in Altrincham, which is brand. It's relatively new. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's been there too long. And I went in there. I met Jane, the woman who makes the burritos there. Bloody lovely she was.
And what were the burritos like?
Gorgeous! I would say the burritos in this place are better than Pancho's, which everyone was telling me is the best burrito in Manchester. Well, I would disagree. I would say that the best burrito in Manchester / Greater Manchester is at Burrito Picante in Altrincham. So, as I say, that's where I was yesterday. All of these comments have nothing to do with the fact that these guys did actually give me a free burrito. And here is me chatting to Jane, talking through what makes the perfect burrito. So, I'm here at Burrito Picante Picante in Altrincham. I've been here a few times. I've ordered from Deliveroo actually here a few weekends when I've been not asked to leave the house, basically. I'm here with a burrito expert, Jane, who's going to talk me through on National Burrito Day. What is the perfect way to prepare a burrito, Jane? I've never made one in my life.
So I reckon the key to it is getting the bread perfect at the beginning. So you heat it on the bread warmer, wait until it's just about bubbling, take it off. Obviously the customer knows what the customer wants, so we're putting there the rice, spicy beans, regular beans, peppers and onions.
See, a lot of variety here at Burrito Picante in Altrincham.
Absolutely.
Can I just say, you can tell at this point that I'm really after that free burrito. So, mention the name of the place at every opportunity.
And then they have a choice of the beef, bomber beef, chicken tinger, lamb or vegetarian. Then onions, coriander, crunchy bit, which is our kind of like little invention.
What's that, just crunchy bits?
So basically the tortilla chips. Tortilla chips. We crunch them all up and we put them to add a little bit of extra texture, and people just love it.
Oh yeah, okay.
So we add some crunchy bits in there, jalapenos, and then also maybe some salsa.
Yeah.
So by the time you can imagine you get to the end of the counter, this burrito's looking pretty big.
Do you get people that just come in here and just say, when you ask them what they want, and they just say everything?
Everything, literally all the time.
I'm that person.
All the time. And then you have a choice of your 4 sauces, so you can have the Kahlua, you can have the chipotle.
What was the first one, sorry?
Kahlua, which is like it's a hot sauce.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
nice.
Hawaiian.
And then we would have some guac and sour cream, chipotle or the Kahlua. So that's their choices. And then we wrap it with love, of course, and that's what makes the perfect burrito.
So it's the wrapping with love that makes the perfect burrito, isn't it, really?
Everything done with love makes the world a perfect place. So wrapping a burrito with love definitely makes it the perfect burrito.
And yeah, I can confirm it was a gorgeous burrito as well.
So you did get the free burrito.
I did get the free burrito, but I promise I'm not just saying this because of that. Like, they genuinely were very, very nice, and I think I've ordered there in the past on Deliveroo, and yeah, it's gorgeous. But I know that even after hearing that at 8:15 in the morning, you'll be fancying a burrito today for dinner.
I fancy one right now, and she was lovely, wasn't she? What was her name again?
She's great. Her name was Jane.
She's great.
Resident burrito expert there. Or maybe they do what they do in Subway and they call them burrito artists.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's the burrito artist there at Burrito Picante. But I know that you probably you're going to be desperate for a burrito today now. Do it today. It's National Burrito Day. So if you're around Alty, go to Burrito Picante. But there's plenty of stuff in Manchester if you're around there. There's like one on every street corner at this point, a burrito restaurant.
Now, to get this free burrito, you did well blagging this. And
I turned on the old charm.
Well, a lot of it was the Drinkwater charm. I know
that's it, mate.
I know
it's electric.
that. But some of it could have been that you were in the branded Fix Radio jacket.
Did you think that helped?
I think it might just sway them, because you could have been any old nutter saying, "Yeah, look, I'm on the radio," and you know. But if you've got the branded clobber on, you've got more chance.
Yeah, but don't say this, because now people are going to be making their own Fix Radio jackets.
Well, this is
walking into restaurants.
This has given me an idea.
Oh no! Okay.
If the branded Fix Radio jacket is the key to free food, yeah,
you're suggesting that
I'm suggesting that we give Fix Radio jackets to the homeless.
Hang on.
That way, when they're hungry, they just go into any food place and say, "Hey, I'm from Fix Radio. I'd love to give you a mention. It's National Burrito Day tomorrow, or it's National Hamburger. It's National Fish and Chips. We're doing a thing on the radio. I'd like to try your fish and chips." And they could use anything as a microphone and record a piece.
I've chatted to a few homeless in Manchester, and I can honestly say none of them are that bubbly, mate.
Well, yeah, obviously then you need the charm. You need the charm as well. But maybe you could
more important things on the plate.
You could open the Gaz Drinkwater School of Charm. You could train the homeless people how to blag stuff. We could give them the jackets. And imagine what a branding opportunity that would be for this radio station if all the homeless had our logo on.
The Full Fix Breakfast with Graham, Mack and Gaz.